Hark, hear the bells. Christmas time is a-coming. I am always excited about Christmas. Winter, meh, but it's my birthday in January and then Christmas beforehand. So at least there are a couple of things in the bleak midwinter that I can actually really look forward to. Christmas, probably one of my favourite times of year. Might actually be my favourite time of year. I absolutely love coziness, I love spiciness, I love the Christmas food, I love the Christmas lights. Living in London, the lights are just fantastic in most areas, and it just makes the dark days more jolly when there's fairy lights everywhere and Christmas trees. So bearing all that in mind, I've got a Christmas list here of things that I'm excited to wear this December. And some of these are repeats, a couple of them are new, a couple of them are samples that I want to wear and decide if I want to get a full bottle. So let's just start with something I've had for ages, which is very obvious. I mean, it's just screaming Christmas. Cinnamon bun from the Library of Fragrance, aka Demeter. If you're in, I think, the US, it's still called Demeter. I mean, this is what it says on the tin, right? This has notes of cinnamon, milk, wheat, vanilla and sugar. It smells like a cinnamon bun with the white icing that's drizzled on top of it. So it's very sweet. It's cinnamony, but it's not so cinnamony that it's hard to wear. It's sweet, so if you don't like sweet things, obviously this could be a bit of a struggle. But you get a bit of the breadiness, you get a bit of that yeasty feel, but it's still wonderful. This is something I just wouldn't wear any other time of year. This is only something I would wear probably around the actual Christmas holiday time. But it's super fun. It's a cologne, so it's not overwhelming, but it does actually last for a decent amount of time because I feel like cinnamon sticks around on the skin a little bit. So that's Cinnamon Bun from the Library of Fragrance, and it's just, it's just a Christmas classic. This little guy is Pacha Ibiza. That's the brand. And this is Psychedelic for women. This is a perfume that I got almost entirely because it was compared to a perfume that used to be my kind of out in the evening signature scent. That Spicy Delight from La Belle Ricci. And that was just, a literal spicy delight. It's kind of sweet, a little bit fruity. I would describe this one as being warm, spicy without being too heavy. It's not overly sweet. This also has licorice in it, which I love. It comes in this weird little bottle, kind of cute, with the little cherries on. So the notes in this guy, psychedelic, spelt in a very strange way, but I'll put it on the screen so you can see. Top notes of licorice, grapefruit and apple. Middle notes of spices and jasmine sambac. Base notes of caramel and amber. Now, it kind of sounds like a weird concoction, and it is kind of a weird concoction. It's got a nice, gently spicy, warm, fresh smell to it. To me, even though this is for women, it smells super unisex. I think that Spicy Delight, or if like the proper name for it, Delicious Spices. I've pronounced that terribly, I'm sure. So from the La Belle Ricci range, that one also I always thought smelled super unisex to me. The notes in that one are quite similar. You've got the jasmine, you've got the woods. That one's got grapefruit, apple and orange, cinnamon and cardamom. But they smell incredibly similar, and this was exciting for me because this is a perfume that I used to really enjoy, and I've still got a bottle of it, but I've hardly got anything left in it, and it's very old at this point, and it smells a tiny bit off. So I'm really glad that I've got something that I can wear it with. And nowadays, it sort of comes across to me as just being a really great kind of slightly Christmassy perfume because of those spices. Also a kind of almost Halloween-y and Thanksgiving-y kind of scent as well, just because it has those warm spices, a little bit of fruit. It's just a general cute autumnal smell, even though this bottle would not suggest that at all. So that's Psychedelic for Women from Pacha. So this little sample I've got here is from Aroma Concepts and it's called Ginger Babe. I will put up a picture of the bottle here so you can see. But this is basically a dupe of the Jo Malone ginger biscuit. And as you can imagine, it smells like a spicy, Christmassy ginger biscuit. This has top notes of ginger, cinnamon and nutmeg, middle notes of caramel and hazelnut, base notes of vanilla and tonka bean. And unlike some other things that are supposed to be kind of biscuity, this doesn't smell too biscuity. It doesn't smell too literal in the biscuit smell, which is good for me because I really don't get along with things that are too literal. Even in the cinnamon bun, like if that yeasty bread smell lasted too long, it would make me feel a bit queasy. And this one, you get all of the things I like about a ginger biscuit without too much of the literal biscuit smell, as I always think that smell is like stale. But yeah, I think this one's really nice. I didn't get a large bottle of it because I kind of figured this would be one I'd want to wear in, winter in the holiday times. But I am going to wear this year. And I'm going to see, because it's quite light and it's obviously based on a cologne. So if I need to wear loads of it every single time, I might consider getting a actual bottle of it. I really wish with this kind of thing that I could just get a 10ml rather than getting a huge 100ml, but it is what it is. So, but anyway, I think this one's really nice. It doesn't smell too chemically to me. So this is Aroma Concepts Ginger Babe, and that is based on Jo Malone's ginger biscuit. Next up, we have a classic perfume. Look at the colour on this. This is Lolita Land from Lolita Lempicka. I look forward to wearing this when it's Christmas and around the kind of colder holiday times, because it's a little tiny bit balsamic, but it's also juicy and mouth-watering. It's spicy. It's got a sweetness. It actually has a Bellini note in it, so it's almost like a celebratory kind of scent. And I just think that this shines absolutely at its best in cold weather. When I wear this in winter, it warms up on your skin. And to me, this starts to smell like a spiced hot cake with a side of vanilla custard, and you spread apricot jam all over the top of the hot cake. And then, you're having a Bellini on the side probably, or maybe even just a champagne or a Bucks Fizz, because this is also quite citrusy. It's just, Lolita Lempicka, I could have chosen so many of theirs for Christmas, and I will be wearing quite a lot of the Lolitas I have at this time of year. But the notes in Lolita Land are Bellini, orange, Italian mandarin and pepper, lemon, grapefruit and lime in the top. So like I said, very citrusy opening. And then you've got middle notes of white, peach, plum, blackcurrant, jasmine, sambac, jasmine, magnolia and rose. But the base notes are Madagascar vanilla, licorice, benzoin, white musk and sandalwood. And there's something about benzoin that to me, I always get this kind of gingerbready smell from it. And it has this kind of warm, spicy feel to me. So when you've got the pepper, the licorice and the benzoin, it comes across as this lovely spice. It also has, to me, it almost smells a little bit gingery, but it doesn't list ginger. Oh, it's wonderful. It's got a kind of bitter citrus going on here that reminds me a little bit of Campari and Aperol, that kind of thing, like an Aperol Spritz. If you told me that the top note in this was an Aperol Spritz, I would totally believe you. So it has, I think, a nice balance of being a little bit gourmand but not entirely gourmand, and it's got a lot of sweetness but it's not too sweet. It has a sort of tangy, fizzy, balsamic feel to it at the same time as having that kind of spicy, creamy, vanillic dry down. I just think it's really lovely, and I've still got so much in it because I really do only like this and wear it in winter, but I think it's wonderful. So that's Lolita Land. You can still get this for a really affordable price. People always say that this has been discontinued, but they still sell it on their website, so I don't think it has been discontinued. So yeah, that's the wonderful Lolita Land from Lolita Lempicka in this absolutely awesome pumpkin bottle. They're telling you that this is for autumn, aren't they, with this pumpkin-y bottle. Magical. This is very random, but this is a little perfume oil from Paradise Perfumes, and it's called Christmas Spice. I got this from eBay some time ago, and I mean, it's pretty much smells how you would expect it to smell. So I'm not going to read you every single one of the notes on here, but I will put up what it says on the eBay page. To me, what this smells like, almost 100%, is mulled wine. It really smells like mulled wine. It's got all of the spices. It's got a real bright fruitiness. It has a little bit of sweetness, but it's also got a little bit of that kind of acidic touch that you get with something like a glühwein or a mulled wine. And so I definitely wouldn't want to smell like this all the time, but occasionally I really like the idea of smelling like mulled wine when it's the Christmas period. This could be one that I maybe layer with something a tiny bit sweeter. But for those of you who don't love a sweet perfume, this definitely has a little bit of a sugary sweetness to it, but it's got so much of the spice and so much of the fruitiness and that almost red wine quality that this probably won't be too sweet for anyone, I don't think. So yeah, it's just a really random little one I've had in a box for ages that I'd completely forgotten about, and I came across it recently and thought, I really should give that another go. I'm going to try it again this Christmas season. So that is Paradise Perfumes Christmas Spice Oil, and I got this from eBay. I think they used to sell them on Amazon as well, but I don't know. You'll just have to do a bit of a Google search for this weird one. This is a new purchase for me. You can see this is very full. This is Serge, Lutens and Bois Vanille. I was inspired to get this from the lovely Amy from Save Our Salvage Scent. And I mean, what attracted me to this really was the licorice, the beeswax, the almond, the benzoin. I mean, some things that I really love. I mean, and then if I give you the rest of the notes, coconut, vanilla, sandalwood, tonka bean, gaiac wood and musk. With the exception of gaiac wood, which sometimes can be a bit dangerous for me, all those other notes I was like, they sound delicious. And this does smell delicious. So I got this a little while ago, but because there is, for me, almost a caramelly sweetness in this, it's a little bit too sweet, even though it's not heavy with it. It's a little bit too sweet to wear any time other than cold weather. Because, I don't know, there's just something so decadent smelling about this perfume. There is something about the combination of the slightly waxy beeswax with the slightly creamy coconut, the vanilla, and then that benzoin that smells like a caramel to me, like a honey caramel. Yeah, and then you've got this lovely black licorice, and I guess the gaiac wood, which gives it a darkness. And I just love almond. But yeah, this is a really interesting kind of, it's an interesting texture. You can tell there's beeswax in it, which I love. And the coconut is actually there when you really look for it. But it kind of, in terms of the texture of it, it reminds me of what I get when I wear Pure Honey from Kim Kardashian. When I wear that in hot weather, the combination of the beeswax honey situation in that with the coconut in the base and the musk makes it smell like caramel to me. And I'm getting the same thing here. So I'm really looking forward to wearing this one in cold weather, in Christmas, where I feel like I can wear something decadent and a little bit kind of unctuous, you know. Even though this one's not thick and it's not heavy, it just is sweet and smells kind of fancy to me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a beautiful one that I'm really looking forward to trying out over the Christmas period. So that's Serge, Lutens and Bois Vanille. So this next little guy, this is a sample from Perfume Parlour in the UK, but I'm pretty sure they ship to everywhere. So Perfume Parlour in the UK. This is their dupe of Cacharel's Gloria. It says 220224, but if you just search on their website for Cacharel Gloria, you'll find it. So this one, this is very joyous. This is a cherry and almond perfume. I'll put up a picture of the original perfume so you can see what it looks like. But as I said, this is a Perfume Parlour dupe because this has been discontinued. So the top notes here are amaretto, amber, hibiscus and Bulgarian rose. Mid notes are vanilla, amber, white pepper and white flowers. Base notes cherry, almond, tonka bean, styrax and cedar. So, I mean, when I saw the amaretto note, I knew I had to try it. And the thing is with this, if you can imagine Spiritus Double Vanille with extra cherry, like an extra tangy cherry, then seriously, that is what you've got here in Gloria. And again, there's something about amaretto that really makes me think of Christmas. My mum used to use it in cooking, and I really like amaretto with orange juice as a kind of nice little cocktail. And that's something that I just generally, I don't really drink alcohol very much during the year. But when I have my like summer holiday, I'll have sangria and I'll have shandies. And then at Christmas, I'll have port and coke and amaretto and orange juice. Those are my two tipples of choice. And of course, if there's mulled wine. I mean, if we can be bothered to make eggnog, I'm getting involved with that. But to make it from scratch, which you honestly, you have to, it's a little bit of a pain. But my goodness, it's just like boozy custard. Woo! So anyway, I digress. I just think this is a really pretty perfume. It's also, to be honest, as a lot of Perfume Parlour perfumes are, it's quite strong, it's quite long lasting. So I haven't worked out if I want like a full bottle. I'll probably at some point get one of their, I think it's like a 10ml, they're small ones that they do. But this is a gorgeous, gorgeous perfume. And it's like a kind of, it's a juicy red cherry on that Spiritus Double Vanille kind of base. So that's Perfume Parlour's interpretation of Gloria from Cacharel. We've got another boozy cherry. I had to do it. So I've wanted a decent dupe of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry for quite some time. There's no way in hell I am going to pay Tom Ford prices for that perfume. But I love that black cherry note in it. And the only other thing I'd really smelt the black cherry in the same way was the Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry. But I don't like the dry down of that one. It goes all kind of woody and patchouli heavy. And I'm not keen on it. So, and even that Kayali are expensive. So I have smelt a few dupes, but I finally found one that I really like. So this is Fragrance World Lush Cherry. I got this 50ml bottle for an insanely low price. I think it was under £5, because I think you can get this in a bigger bottle. I don't know that it's still called Lush Cherry. I have a feeling they've changed it to a different name. But it's definitely worth searching for. If you'll be able to find it hopefully easily enough. But yeah, so this is top notes of black cherry, cherry liqueur and bitter almond. Middle notes of sour cherry, plum, Turkish rose and jasmine sambac. Vanilla, tonka bean, Peru balsam, benzoin, cinnamon, sandalwood, cedar, cloves, patchouli and vetiver are all in the base. There's a lot going on. It's not as sweet as the Gloria dupe. And it doesn't have the same kind of tangy red cherry. This has a black cherry, very noticeably a black cherry. And then underneath it is sitting a little sour cherry that stops this going too sweet. So you definitely do get a tiny hint of the balsamic feel. You get a little bit of the warm spice. But it's a delicious black cherry and almond, spicy, warm perfume. And I just really think that this Fragrance World version is really good. I really like it. I was very happy when I tried it. It smells nice on me. And again, because it's got that kind of boozy, spicy cherry, it makes me think of Black Forest Gatto, which is a treat we often used to have at Christmas time. And it's just, it's just making me really excited to wear it. But it's again something I wouldn't really want to wear when it was too warm. I need cold weather for this kind of perfume. So that's Lush Cherry from Fragrance World, and that is one of the best bargains I've got this year, to be honest. Let us finish with the most Christmassy of all the Christmassy scents. Now, Lush do tons of slightly Christmassy scents, to be honest, but This is the one that I think is the best. I just happen to have a pen spray perfume of this absolute beast. I also have a little kind of sample-sized sprayer of the thing that you can get at the moment, which is the body spray. I'll put a picture up here. And honestly, this is so strong. The body spray is a good option because if I wear Yog Nog, I only wear a tiny, tiny, tiny bit because it is strong AF. It really is. It's incredibly powerful. It lasts forever. So occasionally, if we have like a Christmas lunch with my department at work, I will wear this and I will put it on in the morning. I will not have to reapply it. And I'll be like, I'm just going to smell, in my humble opinion, like a panettone when I go out. So there is a perfume called Panettone, and I've tried it and I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I found that one a little bit sour, a little bit sharp. It was more about the fruit, and then it had a very literal bread smell, and it wasn't really sweet enough for me. It might be an aroma chemical issue with that guy. I've completely forgotten the name of the house, but I think there's a famous one called Panettone in a blue bottle. You know what I'm talking about. But Yognog to me smells like a panettone without the literal bread smell. It has all of the yummy spices. It's got this kind of warm coziness, like a sweetness that's got all this, I mean, that kind of lovely brioche, buttery smell. But again, without being literal. So the notes in Yognog are top notes of caramel and brown sugar, mid notes of clove and ylang ylang, base notes vanilla and musk. And it smells like Christmas to me. I have a Yog Nog in the shower because they make a beautiful glittery shower gel. My husband and I love that one. And I had that before I had this little pen spray. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the perfume is absolutely nuclear compared to the shower gel. But yeah, if you want a more gentle version of this, you can get the body spray, but if you want it even more gentle than that, you can get the shower gel, and it does actually linger that smell on you for a little bit, so it's fabulous for evenings over the festive period. And yeah, I mean we've just got to end with one that smells like a delicious panettone. I adore panettone, and they've already started coming out, and I'm filming this in October, so yeah, you best believe I'm going to be absolutely full of panettone by the end of December. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you're looking forward to wearing over the festive period. If you have any like die-hard, get it, Christmas perfumes. And also tell me down in the comments what your favourite Christmas movie is, because definitely I am going to be snuggled up at home, probably wearing one of these beauties and watching Elf. And one of my new favourites, the new Grinch, the animated Grinch, with Benedict Cumberbatch doing the Grinch voice, which I think is so good. So anyway, yeah, tell me what you're looking forward to for Christmas, and thank you for watching. Bye, guys.